So for doing a drawing for a project, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the ArcSight app. Then from there, you'll log in if it's not already logged in. And then you're going to create a new drawing, save it as a new project. And you're going to want to make the name, the address of the project you're doing. Then you're going to create new drawing. Just use the blank template. And then for the drawing, what you're going to want to do is typically draw like the house, their driveway, any other applicable landmarks that the crew in the field can use for reference, and then color those shapes or areas if it's applicable. So just for example's sake, if you want to draw the house, you can click the wall tab for doing walls. Then let's say maybe there's a driveway, so you click the draw one for that, and you can draw lines. And then a lot of times you'll want to fill that in, so click the fill tab with a color. If it's, say, maybe it's a concrete driveway, you could pick more of a gray color. Transparency will make it more see-through or lighter, and you could color it there to fill it in. And then let's say, for example, you want to label something. If you want to just put like a text box, just click text or annotate, regular text, and then you could put, say, house. And then maybe you're doing, say, a rock bed around the house, so you're going to draw the rock bed. Maybe you want to do a rounded corner, so click that radius. That'll allow you to curve that. You can zoom in and adjust it if need be. Otherwise, for straight lines, you can click that, or you can do rectangles or squares with that bottom tab. And then if you want to fill this in with more of a rock type material, you do got to make sure that it is closed off for being able to fill it in. And then what you can do is click the fill. You'll want to remove the transparency, most likely, make it darker, most likely choose black as the color, and then you can click and choose from patterns. I'll typically use like this dotted one for rock, and then you can click and fill it in. If you want to make it a little bit tighter of a pattern or smaller, you can change the scale of it. So just say like that, for example. And then typically you'll want to add some details. So if you go back to the text box, you can do a call out, which allows you to do an arrow pointing at stuff. So you might say, for example, plastic edging, 250 linear feet or feet long. And then you might say, say river rock around the house or something like that. And you can say, approximately 250 square feet. And you can adjust these by clicking on that, move it in or out, that sort of thing. You can also click on them to edit them, or click the middle one to move it around. Sometimes too, I'll make a note with kind of a separate line of how long stuff is just by doing the drawings. So you can click, say like that, for example, maybe like that, put one in the middle. And then you might want to say, okay, this is, say, 50 feet, for example, or something like that, just to give the guys in the field an idea of how long something is or what the amount was that was bid out for. The more details, the better for helping them. There is the option too, if you want to add stuff like rocks, boulders, flowers, different stuff like that. You can go into the shapes. They have some different preloaded stuff. Maybe you want to add, say, like a tree in the front. Possibly say like a rock or a boulder, and you can adjust the size of it, that sort of thing as well. And then maybe you want to say, existing front tree or something like that. And then when you get all done, typically what we'll do is we'll make a box in the corner or somewhere out of the way. And then what we'll do is we'll copy the address down again, just as kind of like a title for the drawing. Oftentimes too, you can copy and paste this if you want as well. And then you can click on it to adjust the size of it, that sort of thing, and move it around. And then typically I'll do another one. I usually do all caps, Clark Companies, just to kind of give you an idea of, again, just like what a title box might look like for the drawing here. And then when you get all done with that, to save the drawing, when you want to go to upload it, you're going to click this tab up here, click export as a file, click PNG, and then you're going to click export, and then just click save image. That'll save it to the photos. Otherwise you can airdrop it to like your iPad or something like that. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Jobber, pull up Jobber, and then you're gonna pull up the client. Typically you can search by their address. So like in this example, just use this one here. This is kind of unique because it's our own property, but typically it would pull up like an existing client and their name. So under the client, you're going to go to notes. You're going to click add note. I'm just going to put example drawing. Again, it's important to make sure, just like any of our notes, that you save it under the client and not just the job or the estimate. Otherwise, not everybody is able to find the drawing. So we're going to click that. It's going to load the drawing on. Then you're going to click save. Then anybody in the field can click and view it. However you're zoomed in or out on the drawing when you click to save it is what's going to show. So typically zoom out a little bit further before you click save. And then overall, that's how you do a drawing with details for projects that we're doing, so that the guys in the field know what's going on and how to upload it to Jobber.